If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you read the newspaper, you're misinformed. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. The trouble is not in dying for a friend, but in finding a friend worth dying for. I've lived through some terrible things in my life, some of which actually happened. The worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence, then success is sure. Get your facts first, and then you can distort them as much as you please. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. If animals could speak, the dog would be a blundering, outspoken fellow, but the cat would have the rare grace of never saying a word too much. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. A banker is a fellow who lends you his umbrella when the sun is shining, but wants it back the minute it begins to rain. Never argue with stupid people, they will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. I have found out that there ain't no surer way to find out whether you like people or hate them than to travel with them. Of all the animals, man is the only one that is cruel. He is the only one that inflicts pain for the pleasure of doing it. I must have a prodigious amount of mind, it takes me as much as a week, sometimes, to make it up. Heaven goes by favor. If it went by merit, you would stay out and your dog would go in. To get the full value of joy you must have someone to divide it with. After all these years, I see that I was mistaken about even the beginning. It is better to live outside the garden with her than inside it without her. It is curious that physical courage should be so common in the world and moral courage so rare. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience, this is the ideal life. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you, too, can become great. Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it. I have never let my schooling interfere with my education. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to reform, or pause and reflect. The man who does not read has no advantage over the man who cannot read. In a good bookroom you feel in some mysterious way that you are absorbing the wisdom contained in all the books through your skin, without even opening them. Never allow someone to be your priority while allowing yourself to be their option. The difference between the almost right word and the right word is really a large matter. 'Tis the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning. I do not fear death. I had been dead for billions and billions of years before I was born, and had not suffered the slightest inconvenience from it. Wrinkles should merely indicate where the smiles have been. Everyone is a moon, and has a dark side which he never shows to anybody. Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence on society. Out of all the things I have lost, I miss my mind the most. You can't depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus. If you pick up a starving dog and make him prosperous, he will not bite you. This is the principal difference between a dog and man. Always do what is right. It will gratify half of mankind and astound the other. The most interesting information come from children, for they tell all they know and then stop. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. When we remember we are all mad, the mysteries disappear and life stands explained. Adam was but human, this explains it all. He did not want the apple for the apple's sake, he wanted it only because it was forbidden. The mistake was in not forbidding the serpent, then he would have eaten the serpent. Always acknowledge a fault. This will throw those in authority off their guard and give you an opportunity to commit more. Giving up smoking is the easiest thing in the world. I know because I've done it thousands of times. Eat a live frog first thing in the morning and nothing worse will happen to you the rest of the day. Of all God's creatures, there is only one that cannot be made slave of the leash. That one is the cat. If man could be crossed with the cat it would improve the man, but it would deteriorate the cat. I have a higher and grander standard of principle than George Washington. He could not lie, I can, but I won't. There are many humorous things in the world, among them, the white man's notion that he is less savage than the other savages. Part of the secret of success in life is to eat what you like and let the food fight it out inside. It is better to deserve honors and not have them than to have them and not deserve them. There was never yet an uninteresting life. Such a thing as an impossibility. Inside of the dullest exterior there is a drama, a comedy, and a tragedy. It takes your enemy and your friend, working together, to hurt you to the heart, the one to slander you and the other to get the news to you. The right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause. In the beginning of a change the patriot is a scarce man, and brave, and hated and scorned. When his cause succeeds, the timid join him, for then it costs nothing to be a patriot. Thunder is good, thunder is impressive, but it is lightning that does the work. Politicians and diapers must be changed often, and for the same reason. There's one way to find out if a man is honest, ask him. If he says yes, you know he's crooked. When you fish for love, bait with your heart, not your brain.